Line Whisperer back here on Friday, October 11th. Tonight's going to be a quick one to go over some college. I don't have much time. I'll give NFL picks tomorrow. Let's just quickly go over last week. It did not go so well. I split my locks between UNC, easily covering against Georgia Tech, that fraud of a team. The one that hurt was Utah State. I went a little on the emotional side with that one. And then I also lost every other one for the games that I liked, including the NFL. When you lose like that and you have some failure, what you got to do is you learn. And then what I learned is no more emotions. I went with UCF and Utah State because I've liked them in the past. You got to be cold and black-hearted and just go for who the lines talk to. If I'm going to call myself the line whisperer, I got to go with what the lines are talking to me about. So we'll pass on last week and let's move on to this next week. This one's not going to be edited as well. I'm not going to have as much. I'm not going to have any music actually, and this is only going to be like a 2-video shot because I'm on the clock and I got to roll. So let's start with my Friday night play. My Friday night play, I really like UVA tonight, plus 2.5 in Miami. Miami stinks. They lost to Virginia Tech last week at home. I think Virginia, at best, this is going to be a 3-point game for Miami. If we would lose it, but that's not going to happen. I think most likely Virginia is going to win by 7 or more. So that's why I like Virginia in this game. Maybe this game goes overtime, but I think really that Virginia is going to win it by 7 to 14 points. So that's my Friday night lock. And so for Saturday, my big days, big plays, money bet is Central Michigan minus 10 playing New Mexico. The reason why I like this one is New Mexico, I don't know how many teams are in Division I, like 160. They're easily one of the bottom 10 of those 160. They stink. They're going on the road. They're a terrible team. Central Michigan is a decent team. They're easily going to cover 10 points. That's why I like Central Michigan, minus 10. No emotion there. That's strictly that line talking to me, and New Mexico stinks. So the next two that I like as my bonus, right below Central Michigan, I like Utah minus 14 against Oregon State. Oregon State is a horrendous football team, and they still beat Chip Kelly last week, who I will always bet against Chip Kelly going forward this year, but they're on a bye this week. So I like Utah minus 14 as well, and I also like Boise State minus 11 against Hawaii. I gave you my Hawaii Island theory. They're off the island. They're going to the cold mountains of Idaho. So these Islanders, they've never felt a football below 70 degrees. The ball's going to be hard as a rock. They're not going to be able to kick it well. They're not going to be able to catch it well. They're not going to be able to throw it well. I really like Boise State there. So those are my 3 starters. My big days, big plays bet is Central Michigan with right behind it of the bonus of Utah and Boise State. Now I'm going to sneak in a cookie bet here, which is the bet that makes 0 sense. If I call it the cookie bet, which is the name of my dog. Maryland is favored by 3.5 at Purdue. Maryland stinks. I guess Purdue really stinks. So my dog Cookie says take Maryland minus 3.5. Whether or not I will, I don't know. That's a ridiculous line. How is Maryland favored on the road at Purdue? It's probably an 80,000 seat stadium. Anyways, that's what Cookie says. Take Maryland minus 3.5. And finally, there's a couple other games that I like. As the line whisperer, as the lines talk, you listen. Put your ear to the ground. And what do I like? One of them I like is Texas A&M. Getting 17 at home against Alabama. Alabama whoops everybody by 20-some. This line seems a little low. It's favoring towards A&M. A&M covered against Clemson on the road. Granted, it was a backdoor cover at the last second. I could easily see that happening here again. So one of the first ones I like is Texas A&M. Second one I like is BYU. Granted, it's the Mormons, and I kind of like the Mormon schools coming from Utah. But they're playing South Florida. They're favored by 5 for some reason. So that line's talking to me. It's telling me take BYU minus 5. I like that one. So we got A&M plus 17. BYU minus 5. And we got one more. Iowa State is favored by 10 over West Virginia. Granted, Iowa State's okay. They just beat TCU last week, but 10 points better than West Virginia? Is West Virginia that bad? I guess West Virginia's that bad. So we're going to go against West Virginia. We're going to take Iowa State minus 10. So those are the 3 games I like. Iowa State minus 10, BYU minus 5, and Texas A&M plus 17. All right, so here's a recap of the bets. Again, the big days, big plays, as we'll see Central Michigan in the background. That's the one I really like this week. -10 versus the New Mexicans. New Mexico. They don't even know where Michigan is. They can even pick it out on a map. How do they think they're going to even remotely get within 20 points? My bonus bets. Do you like my Utah? The Utah Utes versus Oregon State. Oregon State is one of the worst teams, as well as New Mexico. One thing I've learned in this, always take a good team when they're playing a bad team. So we'll take that. We got Boise State -11. I'll let Cookie get away with this. She's saying Maryland -3.5 over Purdue. I don't get it, but that's what she wants. That's what we're going to do. And then 3 little lines that were whispering in my ear. BYU -5, Texas A&M +17, and Iowa State -10 versus John Denver and a good old West Virginia. Mountain Mama. The Cyclones better whoop their ass, or their Tornadoes, or whatever their nickname is. Anyways, here we are. Let's go. Let's win some money. Last week was an aberration. Now it's time to get back on the winning train.